for about a second, and we looked at each other, and then you just hear the cheer coming from the other side of the stadium, and you're like, we've done it. Same thing. McGregor knocked out Aldo. We all just stopped and looked at each other like, what's going on?
By the way, what were you watching at the time? The big screens? Like, where were your eyes?
Yeah, no, we were on the actual fight, not on the screen, because
Yep.
I hate that.
Yeah,
I hate
yeah,
paying to see an event and then staring at the screen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'd rather miss it and watch the video later or watch the replay if anything happens. But yeah, we were just staring down at these two guys. Next thing, Aldo was down. McGregor's on top of him. The ref pulls it, waves his arms, and the whole crowd erupts. And we just looked at each other like, is that it? And then we all just join in cheering, like, and then we were all going, oh man, you gotta feel for the other guy. Like, we felt like a bully. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It felt like, it felt like threatening a little kid and then watching him commit suicide. You're, oh shit, that was not what we wanted.
Yeah, of
you know?
course.
But I mean, look, it went the right way. Imagine McGregor got knocked out after you spend all that money, you know. But
yeah, there was no time when Aldo was like taunting the crowd and going.
there was nothing.
You know,
no,
he was sat. He had his shoulders would drop so much. His head was down.
Didn't even make eye contact.
No, he wasn't even bouncing around, prepping his body.
He didn't even warm up. You know, it was insane.
Like I said to you before that fight, I said, well, poor Aldo. Like he's already proven himself
for 10 years.
For 10 years to be a champion, and then someone as massive as Conor McGregor is so good at talking and walking and taking over an entire country and brought another country to Las Vegas. Why? Like, you know what I mean? Imagine if I'm champion for 10 years. Can't it just be some dude that knocks me out, you know, and you lose it
nemesis,
this way?
You know?
Yeah,
It was funny. I was listening to the Bill Burr podcast on the plane home, and Bill Burr was like, I'm glad. He said, could you imagine the tension in Dana White's house this Christmas if Aldo had won? He goes, because McGregor's so media savvy. And he's like, Aldo, it's like watching a senator testify, and his lawyer keeps stepping in every 5 seconds to go, I'll have to answer that for him. You know, there's no atmosphere when he does it. You know? But that guy's an animal. Like, even that one punch that he connected with McGregor put a hole in his head. You know, he's like a puma. He's like a powerful cat.
Imagine if they both felt knocked out. Because
that was
a
huge hit. Yeah, absolutely.
But it's like Aldo was already, you know, imagine this. You're done. Mentally, you're done. This guy, you know, and all this crowd there. So does that actually do something to your brain when you get a hit and you go, oh my God, yeah, of course, you know, and you get,
well,
you've knocked 20%, you've already knocked yourself out.
You've had a fight in front of a lot of people, and you get clobbered, and you hear a cheer, and you think, you bastards, you know what I mean? Like, when I fought against Matt, that guy's twice my size. He hit me in the head, and there's everyone in the crowd, I was in his corner getting hit, and they were like, kill him, and I was just like looking over my shoulder going, the hell are you guys? He's already doing it. You don't need to tell him.
Yeah, but you never thought you'd lose you didn't. You know what I mean? It was never in your mind before the fight that anything bad would happen to you. You were going to fight. Yeah. But I'm sure in Aldo's mind,
well, I don't know.
He appeared like he knew he was going to get done. Or
he did. I think he only felt that when he walked out, and he felt the weight of the crowd. I mean, if you are being booed, it's hard to do something. You know what I mean? Very hard.
And it could be just something as subtle as getting out of your car that afternoon. You know, in good spirits, yes. And then you get out of the team car to walk up the back of the MGM Grand, and here's 6,000 Irish blokes who just happened to catch you there.
Yeah,
hey, you know,
it's
little
funny.
things.
The fight reminded me of I watched the fight in slow motion, like 1/4 speed. Afterwards, it's online as high definition slow motion. As you know, I've read that book, The Fight, which is Norman Mailer writing about George Foreman and Muhammad Ali. And Foreman is amazed because Ali comes up against Foreman, and Foreman's the baddest man on. He's the Mike Tyson of the age, and Ali is hitting him with an overhand right. He's hitting them with a hand that has to come from the others. You know, he's basically an orthodox boxer, Ali, and he's hitting him with his right hand, which is another 2 feet away from the guy's head. And everyone's going, can you believe this?
Yeah.
He's hitting them from far away, and he's so quick, he's getting away with it, and that's just driving. It's driving Foreman crazy, right? Nobody can believe it. And Norman Mailer said nobody's thrown that punch at George Foreman in years, so he's kind of spun out, right? I'm watching Aldo. If you watch that fight slowed down, they both come out. McGregor jumps center of the ring. He's established command straight away. Aldo's coming out. Aldo's fast. He's powerful. He's swings and McGregor ducks and he misses. And we just went, wow, like McGregor's quick here. And if you're watching slow motion, he bounces back and forward 5 times in front of Aldo. Yeah. He just bounces, bounce, back and forward, like Roadrunner in front of Wile E. Coyote.
It's like his signature stance.
But he's getting
like
Aldo.
a karate dude coming in and out.
He's getting Jose Aldo very angry during that five bounces. He's saying, look at me, I'm in midair the whole time. Yeah. You could kick the shit out of me right now. Look at me, I'm airborne. I can't do anything. And Aldo, just infuriated, just runs at him like a little child swinging fists. And he connects one, and McGregor, that's the thing about Aldo, he punches McGregor in the eyebrow, on the forehead, and McGregor just hits him straight across the bottom of the jaw, just dislocates his jaw, and just he's out. It was just, and he said straight after the fight, he's very intelligent, very quick-witted with his word. He just said that he's fast and he's powerful, but he said timing beats speed and precision beats power every day of the week. And I was just like, wow. And then the guy afterwards, read, you've probably seen it, at the media scrum afterwards, this reporter said, we spoke to you on Thursday, and you said, we met, his hand was twitching, I knew this was going to be, he was ready to punch me in the head with his right. He's been visualizing himself do that for so long. He said, that to me is like a tell, like a card player glancing at his card when his cards to check because there's not really a strong hand. He goes, I worked out just from standing face to face with him, and his hand twitched. This is what's going to happen. And he says, and when he does that, he's going to do it with such ferocity. He's going to overextend himself. He's going to overreach. He's going to be out of position, and then I'm going to give him a left hook, and it's going to knock him out. And he did it.
And he still copped a huge hit himself.
He did. Yeah, he did. I know. He still busted his eye. So, it's just unbelievable. But
didn't they announce a new fight last night?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure.
I think he might be fighting the winner of Cerrone and the other guy, the red panty night guy.
Yeah. But I think that's a different weight.
Well, he's going to step up to do it. He wants to win 2 belts, at once.
Super fight.
They reckon it will be. And him and Cerrone don't like each other at all. And the other guy that Cerrone's fighting is the current.
I put $100 on Cerrone to win. I'm pissed.
Well, that's this weekend, isn't it? Or was it?
No, it was last weekend. I lost it. Yeah, I won. I never bet on fights, but I did with the Ronda Rousey thing, and that gave me $400. So I put pretty much all 400 because I couldn't take it out. This little scam thing.
Steamrolled it. Yeah.
And on the McGregor fight, Weidman lost that there, but I came away with 350. So I was still up from all these other fights. And then
we saw Gunnar Nelson.
But then I got a bit confident and went, I put one on Cowboy Cerrone, and then he lost.
Well, we saw Gunnar Nelson in the lifts, at the MGM, which surprised me because I thought everyone from the Irish gym would be in Conor McGregor's house, but apparently not. And this was after the fight, so Gunnar Nelson had a few lumps on his head. He was wearing a pair of mirrored sunnies, and I went, "Oh shit, there he is!" And he just waved his hand as if to say, "Man, leave me alone. I'm dead."
Yeah,
but
did he win that fight?
No, the other guy won.
Yeah,
the other guy
I lost because I bet on him.
He just clamped on his back the whole time, and he couldn't get him off. He just was always on his back, walking around on his back the whole time.
I was devastated that Chris Weidman lost.
Yeah.
I thought he was and he was another guy that looked just down. I don't know. Or maybe he's kind of like the underdog that took away the big guys.
Yeah.
And so for the first time, I found myself going, "Yeah, go this guy. You're the winner." And then he just got beaten. Okay.
Have you? There's a show that they did. Conor McGregor was the team captain of a European team, and Uriah Faber is the captain of the American team.
I saw a little bit.
Yeah, man, it's actually on the internet. You can look it up. It's called Tough 22. And there's a great thing. At the end of that show, the coaches normally fight each other. But because McGregor's getting ready, they couldn't have a fight. So what Dana White did is they did this thing called the Watermelon Challenge, where himself and Uriah Faber, who are very entertaining to watch, because Uriah Faber is the only guy in the UFC that can actually come back at McGregor funny. Yeah. And the banter between the two of them is like two stand-up comedians. And they get into this helicopter, and each of them has 5 watermelons, and they're hovering above the desert, and they have a target on the ground, like a big
really?
big dartboard. Yeah, that's about 40 meters wide. So that if you get the bullseye, you get 100 points, and the further out it goes down to 10 points. Yeah. And they each taking turns chucking watermelons out of this helicopter trying to hit the bullseye. It's very good. I was like, man, imagine having the cash to do something like that with your mates. Right. You know what I mean? a watermelon challenge from a helicopter. It's just
weren't you saying
unbelievable.
that Irish people really like Uri Faber because
they all cheered crazy for him when he won. Everybody went off, because they appreciate the banter. They appreciate somebody that's quick-witted, and he's got that double chin, the split down the middle.
Yeah.
And did you ever see that clip when Conor McGregor, all the ring girls are walking in with the cards, and Conor McGregor saying, "You should get one of those cards and shake your chin," like it's an ass.
Really?
Man, yeah, it's too funny. Yeah, the two of them are having a good go. But look, apart from for anyone who's not into UFC, I mean, I would have never been into that. But I always looked at it as a hillbilly cage fighting thing.
Tap out shirts everywhere.
Just idiots. You know what I mean? But the thing about McGregor is he's broadcasting the fact that this is actually chess. This is an art form. This is an ancient art form that goes back thousands of years, and it's a competition of styles. This theory. It's all theory. What works and what doesn't. And can you adapt and learn new theory and condition and go? So he's making people see it for another thing, not just this savage thing where you try and tear someone's ear off. He's making people see, wow, this is a guy that's got
precision.
Precision.
I can hit with one good hit.
Yeah, that's what.
It doesn't have to be like a boxing match of
it's not
10
just a
rounds of
slugfest.
bump, 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 bump. Why isn't he going down?
Yeah. No, he says.
You can see why it's really popular. Isn't it funny? All these years later, the gladiatorial. It's all just
the Colosseum. Boom,
it's exactly the same.
Maybe it's an end of civilization type thing. You know what I mean? Maybe like when you
imagine that
when you did your fight and came off on the board that you said, "I'm doing this because I want to learn to protect my family with my bare hands." And I always thought of that, going, "Wow, is it going to come to this?"
Maybe.
Who knows? But it's getting popular again.
It would only take one thing that.
The internet.
You live on the water.
Yeah, the internet.
One thing that would wash this whole suburb away, and imagine if 1 million of us are left, and everyone knows that all the shops are shut,
and no one knows how to do anything. It'll be Mad Max,
and it really would. Like, what would you do?
Nobody knows. Once the fuel runs out and the supermarket's empty, what do you do next?
We'd go just back to how it was only 300 years ago. You know what I found out on the weekend?
Just on that subject, I was speaking to my wife about this, and she spoke to a friend. She's telling me, like I was telling her about Vegas and how crazy it was over there. And she was saying, she spoke to a friend of mine who had just broken up with his girlfriend, and he was saying, he was thinking about getting back with her. This is 7 or 8 years ago. And my missus was saying, why? And he said, because as a man, you revert to savagery pretty bloody quickly. If you're single, you go feral fast.
Oh yeah.
You see it. I see it in blokes all the time. That like builders.
Well, you have to have something to look good for.
Yeah, I see all the time in builders who are like 55, labourers who are 55. They've been single because they're divorced. They won't go out with a woman again. And they're every conversation and every thought in their head is about hardening up. Harden up, mate, harden up. And they're just drinking 40 beers a night. And you just think, man, you have been feral for too long. You need to get whipped here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You'd revert to savagery. You revert to just living on beans out of a can and beer. You know what I mean? And you stop doing the things.
Everything from the what do you call it? The way you look.
Yeah.
The why do I get out of bed and make sure I look all right? It's because there'll be women even in business and stuff like that. That's the only reason. The clothes you wear, like to propel yourself forward in anything, be it attractive women or even just to sell something to a lady. You can't just be, there you go.
You've got to actually sharpen up your act. Like I remember Dave Chappelle said, if a man could have sex with a woman in a cardboard box, we would have never built houses.
Yeah.
So you've got to actually stay on your toes, and it's good. You know what I mean? I was actually really missing my missus. Like after 5, you'd think, oh my God, you'd dream about going to Vegas with all your mates from Dublin. Crazy time. 4 days of it, I was like, man, I'm sick of this. I'm so sick of this. My body feels like shit. I think I'm going to die. It's funny, you see that movie Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, you actually get the fear. We talked about it. After about 4 days, I was like, I had the fear today.
Right.
Because you've been up for 4 days. You've been nothing. There's no inhibition. You're just drinking and